Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to BJ and Bill, the podcast, a part of the Podcast Playground Network. Please give us that 5-star review. Subscribe on your preferred podcast platform. Follow us on Facebook, BJ and Bill, the podcast. And as always, you can email us, bjandbillthepodcast@gmail.com. Welcome to episode 161.
Awesome.
Wanted to say 69, I guess, in the worst
We'll get
way,
there.
But I controlled
we'll
myself.
Yeah, we'll be there soon enough. Don't worry, old man. So great. Look at you. How you're, ladies and gentlemen, BJ Odom survived this Sunday.
Oh, in the hell I
He's
did.
texting me about how certain football teams are out to kill him.
They are.
I understand. I do. I get it. But not today, as they say.
Man alive. 8 touchdowns in a row in that game. And I'm not just talking the Bucks. I'm talking back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the most that's ever been in the NHL. I am really messed up.
Have you had your coffee yet this morning?
No, I haven't. That's my problem, damn it.
I'm just saying.
But the NFL, I don't know. It seems like 8 touchdowns in a row has to be a record or pretty dang on close.
Is that I didn't recognize that, or I didn't hear that. So what you're saying is 8 possessions in a row, back forth, all touchdowns. Unreal. It was, in the most classic sense, a shootout. It was just like stuff flying everywhere.
I will tell you this, though.
By the way, folks, we're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For those who don't know, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, our football team, our favorite, played the Seattle Seahawks out west yesterday, and it was a great game. Great game.
No, it was not.
Just because the Bucs won. No, there was more than that. I know, but it was hard on somebody's heart.
Oh, man. I mean, even the wife, she sits there and she's, nice. And, she watches the game with me. Okay. Because I'll watch the Hallmark Channel with her.
Right.
But even Susan, at a few points, was screaming. The one that I thought was a interception, we both were like, I thought we were going to, have cows right there.
Right there. Right.
On the couch.
Right there. I hear you.
And then, of course, called back and the Bucks didn't get it, but they got the last one. That was the important one.
Yep. Now, at my house, we're both big football fans here. So Miss Mary and I, yes, there was plenty of screaming and it was all good. It was, but yeah, so she had a tough week. FSU lost. So it was an interesting college week. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy everywhere for all football. Florida beats Texas here in Gainesville. Unbelievable. Florida beats Texas. And then FSU loses to Miami. Kind of expected. I mean, they were like 3.5, 4-point favorites, or underdogs, I should say. So anyway, but yes. And then Sunday, the pro game, equally crazy, cool, good games. Great.
I'm going to get on a soapbox, and I'm sorry, people.
Go ahead. We'll wait. We'll be here for you.
I am not a sportscaster.
No.
I am not a newscaster.
No.
I am not a person who controls what is discussed on ESPN.
Okay. I don't hear where this is going.
I watched from 9 until basically 10 o'clock because I had it on my iPad here waiting, for us to begin our broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
A complete hour. Talked about baseball, talked about the women's, the WNBA championship game.
Uh-huh.
They talked about every football game that was played. But did they mention the Tampa Bay Bucks game one time during that entire hour?
Really?
The answer is no. And I am, all these people are always screaming, I'm going to boycott. BJ Odom is ready to boycott ESPN now. I will be off at noon, and at noon I will be watching Stephen A. Smith. And if he does not mention the Tampa Bay Buccaneers somewhere in his program, I'm sorry, but yours truly will, I think I will have to take ESPN off of my television.
I hear you. I don't know why that would. I mean, what it was a great game. Now there were some other good. I mean, there were other great ones too. I mean, we had a few, but still, that's got to rank up there in the instant classic category. I mean, just like you said, touchdown after touchdown, shootout after shootout. Exciting big play after big. So I don't get it. I don't know what's up with that. So I'm a little, I'm concerned for our ESPN brethren.
I didn't see the first hour of Get Up.
Okay.
But I did watch the complete second hour of Get Up. And basically what they do, if you've ever watched ESPN, they rehash the hour they did the hour before.
Sure.
So that means I'm betting they didn't mention it in the first hour either. Stephen A. Smith, I love you. You're going to have to come in for your boy, or I am going to lose my cookies when I watch the replay back at noon today. Somebody better get a note to Stephen A. Smith before the
BJ
end
needs
of...
BJ needs a little Tampa Bay love here. A little Bucks love. Yeah.
Oh man. I was as limited watching that. That did me in just about as much as the game did.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us. We're all glad you're here with us. Because, we just got that book coming out. Would be a little difficult if you're like dead now that the book's coming out.
You're going to have to go promote it.
It's going to be hard to promote. Although it will make for an interesting final add-on chapter. So yeah.
I don't know if I should wait because we have a special guest coming in.
Oh, we have a guest coming. Yay.
And I don't know if I should wait until...
You can wait.
Yeah, you could be the special guest.
Uh-oh.
My wife wanted to know if she was the special guest.
BJ, she's special, but not a guest today.
Oh, so. Dear, you are special. You're just not a guest today. Well, now she's wham. Way to go. Bill said that, not me. I'm just repeating Bill's words.
Oh, no, you can take credit for that. That gets you some credit. Come on. Just got to learn to say the right. See, look, let the old man give you a few pointers here on this relationship thing.
I know. Well, you got the new relationship going.
I do.
The only thing that worries me about the relationship, and nothing against your new woman, it's her name.
Just Mary.
My first wife's name was just Mary.
Oh. I didn't remember. I guess I knew that. I just didn't remember. That's funny. Well, I think we're okay. I'm not going to worry about it.
Here's what it can be.
Yes.
It can be my first love's name.
There you go.
And it can be your final love's name. It'll work out just perfect.
Well, see, look at us. So follow us for more dating advice, as they say. Maybe we should change the whole show around and start doing dating advice.
Yeah, that'd
be great. Two old men talking about dating advice.
Send us your questions about dating and we shall inform you, children.
Yes. Oof. Anyway, that's okay. So anyway, all good. Boy, and if you're a sports fan, this is it. This is, I mean, right now is you live for if you come out of your cave now, you're good for the next few weeks. Like you said, you got your WNBA finals, you got baseball playoffs are in the middle of it right now. We're just doing divisional series right now, so it'll get serious in another week. But I mean, it's serious. But so you get baseball playoffs, you get your WNBA finals, you got football, of course, in full swing, college and pro. And then you've got the NHL, hockey and basketball are starting up in a couple of weeks. It's just now, if you're a sports fan, now's the time to be alive.
Should have worn my Warriors hat. I didn't watch it to the end of the game, but I did watch some of the Warriors preseason game.
Yeah.
It's preseason, yeah.
Yeah, there's less than nothing.
They were playing the Lakers last night.
Oh, cool.
And so I did get to see a few minutes watching Bronny play.
Neither you nor I are professional basketball scouts, but I wonder if he's doing better this year. I mean, he was okay last year, but we all know why he's playing with the Lakers. So I hope he does better. I'd like to see him, succeed. That's cool.
And the new guy that and I forget his name. His name is Al Horton, is it? Or oh, I don't know. But yeah, my Warriors got a new tall guy finally.
A new tall guy.
Yeah, they got somebody I believe from the Celtics. And so he was batting down some balls last night, and I'm going, oh, yeah, that's what they need.
Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. All
So
right.
I should have worn my Warriors hat, but I wore my Buccaneers hat today.
I see that our guest is ready to join the meeting. Shall we take a quick break and then have her on? We will be right back. And welcome back. This is BJ and Bill, the podcast, part of the Podcast Playground Network. We would love it if you would leave us that 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. We're everywhere. Wherever you would like to pick up this podcast, please feel free to leave us that 5-star review. And if you'd like to visit and join the conversation, you can find us in our Facebook group. Just do a search for BJ and Bill, the podcast. You kind of have to spell the whole thing out because there's a whole bunch of podcasts out there. BJ and Bill, the podcast on Facebook, and also BJ and Bill, the podcast at gmail.com if you'd like to email, but nobody ever does. Just come over to Facebook. We're back, and we have a guest. I'm going to let BJ do the introductions.
Yes, her name, Christina Metcalf, who actually is all the brains. Like, you're the brains of the radio show and the podcast. I needed brains in writing a book. And basically, I've told her story after story. And Christina Metcalf has written a book, even though my name is on the book saying I wrote it, but I wrote it with her. I gave her stories and she put the magical words together. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know what? I figured I might as well show you and I might as well show Bill because you said that you can get like a pre-copy if you're the author.
Oh. What are we, for those of us not watching on video, what are we looking at?
That is the book.
What's the stripe across it? Is that just this is a demo copy kind of a thing?
Yeah. And now let me, because Bill and I have been in radio forever. And we used to have a guy on the radio that would say that these copies are worth more money, like if they're a collector. And so it says right here, not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. This is a promotional copy right here. So if this book ever gets famous, this copy will be worth some money.
You have no idea how big the if was that you spoke in there. But we're going to count on it becoming a hit, a smash hit. Number one with a bullet.
Well, I'm gonna send one to Reese Witherspoon. Gonna send one to Jenna Bush, and
Oprah.
heck, I might even send one to Oprah. I don't know if Oprah still has a book club or not, but I'm sending one to Oprah, baby.
Christina, we appreciate you joining us here this morning. What's your job now? I mean, now that this book is coming out, are you done? Are you happy to wash your hands of this guy, or what are we doing?
Well, I mean, as the ghostwriter, normally when the words are finished, your role is finished. But, I'm still going to be there cheering on the sidelines and, sharing to social media because it's an important story to get out there. I mean, I don't think that the average person really understands the need for transplants, number one. And number two, it's such a feel-good story that I think I think almost everyone can benefit from a feel-good story these days.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you don't mind my asking, most touching part of the book that you wrote?
I think it's the theme of love that kind of goes through the entire, it's the sacrifices. Really, the words that I didn't write are the biggest part of it. I'm a parent, so I think about what his parents must have gone through when he was diagnosed and told that he was never going to live to be age 13. And they put on this brave front. not to give anything away, too much away in the book, but they put
Right.
on this brave front and tried to raise him. BJ, I'm talking about you like you're not in the room here, but um,
Okay, I'll keep my ears covered. Oh,
That's
wait,
all
I have
right. Yeah.
headphones on.
uh, but they raised him in as normal a capacity as possible and gave him a life that was as normal as possible. And so the most touching part, I just think about how hard that must have been on them. And to keep that positive face and give him that positivity that then he held on to and
Mhm.
took through his whole life and all of the medical obstacles that he's had, all the health obstacles that he's had. He keeps a big smile on his face and telling jokes through it all. And that I can only assume that it was inspired by his parents who
Mm.
didn't paint worst case scenario picture for him from the very beginning.
And that was true too. I mean, like I said, and I don't even think my brother knew how sick I was. Although that and I don't know, we've got a new website up that's just gone up, and I got some quotes from even some old schoolmates, and I did have one that said that she remembers when and it was a close friend of my family, but when her mother, told her the outlook, and she was even in the little thing of, looking forward to the book. I thought I would never be able to ride my bike and play with my buddy. And so, that was touching to me too. Now look at this, Bill. You're going to make me cry during this stupid podcast.
BJ, BJ Odom taught me one lesson on the radio when we first started together, and that is when you get a caller on the phone and they start to cry, you let them go. So that's awesome. But I mean, I've always I've always lived that way too, and that what you just talked about, which is the fact that what you believe, what you know, you think, what you believe and feel is the way your life is going to show up. And yes, if somebody comes and tells you you've got 3 months to live, you will find a way to die in 3 months. You just will. Um, and if someone is supportive, then you get the good outcome, which is the whole point of this. So yeah, I think that's a big part of it for sure. That's a huge part of it. Yeah, I
I'm
know
just going to
for
let you
me.
ask questions because I don't want to sit here and blubber during the whole
Well,
interview.
that's all right. That's
I
no
will
big
tell
deal.
you this, and maybe too, because it is my book, and I was reliving a lot of this. That as I not this copy, but the first you know chapters you would send me, I would read, and I'd be sitting there on the couch, and the waterworks would just be going a mile a minute, and I don't know if that's because I'm reading back what happened in my life, or if it's that touching of a book. But I mean, the waterworks were going, and some of these chapters, I've even told my sister-in-law, I don't know if you want to read this because she's still depressed because she lost her husband, which is my brother. And I said, I think there's chapters in this book. And so she said, I think I'm going to let my daughter read it first. And then I'm going to ask her what parts I should not read because I think this will really be, to her, it will be a tough book to handle. Okay, just let him go. I see what you're doing, Bill Stevens. Why did you listen to me way back when? I just want to take it all back now.
You're fine. You're fine. No, that is awesome stuff. It really is. That if it's still to this, I mean, you lived through it. If it still moves you in that way to to reread the story, well, you're not rereading it, you're reading the story of your life. I mean, obviously speaks to how moving and strong and powerful the story is. So yeah, that's a good thing. So that's not a problem. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So other people will be moved by. We hope then and trust that other people will be moved by it as well. So
Now,
that's
how hard is it to take, like, I fed you stories and you put it in book form? How hard is that for you to do? Or since you have been doing this most of your life, is it a simple process?
I think it's fairly simple, but I mean it all depends on the storyteller. Sometimes when you work with clients as a ghostwriter, pulling out stories is like pulling teeth. It can be very difficult, but you're a natural storyteller. So you included a lot of material. I didn't have to pull anything out of you. You were very forthcoming and you were an open book. But as a ghostwriter, I think a lot of times when you take those stories, it's kind of like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. Um, not as far as chronology is concerned, because that flows very easily. But the idea of building that arc, that tension, telling the story in a way that readers will not just enjoy learning about you, but that they actually will be able to apply some of those things that they get to their lives. I mean, that's really the trick to memoir. For those of us who, aren't Reese Witherspoon and Jenna Bush and Oprah and people like that, we have to interest the average person. And the way you interest the average person is you reach out to them. Through the story, you extend a hand and say, do you agree? Do you have this problem? Or additionally, this is how I solved this, or this is how I did this. And then someone might apply it to their own lives and be like, I'm struggling too. Wow, I'm so glad to see that he made it through to the other side. So, there's a larger application there. So it's not a really complicated process. And with you as a storyteller, it was much easier than the average, I would say.
So as a book is concerned, I ask you this also on The Gift of Life, it's kind of hard to predict, just like, a transplant. You can ask your doctor how long you have or whatever, but how well do you see this book selling, just being from kind of a nobody? I guess I'm asking a doctor how long I'm going to live. Is
Right,
the
you
same
are.
thing
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
You know that every stock market trading commercial, past results are not indicative of future results, kind of a thing. So yeah, it's like, oh,
I hope
you
Bill.
know,
I'm just hoping Bill buys a copy.
I will, yeah, but it's got to be an autographed one. I've already told you that it's got to be an
Oh, okay.
autographed one. So maybe we'll negotiate over that not for sale one you've got there, but yeah, we'll figure that out. No, it's all you just have to get it in front of people, like Christine said. You just have to get it in front of people, and then you have the opportunity. I mean, you know Miss Christina there's a fabulous writer. I'm more of a marketing writer, so I'm looking for the hook. I'm looking for the thing to grab somebody's attention. All right, now I've got your attention. Now what do I do with it? Now what do I, it's always a stepping stone thing. But yeah, if we can find that hook, or many of them, or several of them, that will get people's attention to have them stop and go, oh, wait a minute, I had this, or I know someone who went through something similar, or whatever. I wonder, to hear another story. And that's, to me, that's the big piece of it. And another big piece of the marketing thing, just to finish that thought, is always oh, I thought I was the only one kind
Hmm.
of a scenario. And you get that a
Hmm.
lot in the marketing business, in the advertising business. And no, you want to let people know, no, there's a whole bunch of people like you. Look, here's their stories too. And then now you've got something to build on. So just a
And
thought.
there's a couple other surprises. There's things that has happened in my life that was kind of, I don't know if they were comical, but they were somewhat interesting for a little farm boy
Hmm.
that happened in my lifetime. So it's not all about health, but I would say 80% of it, is about health struggles. And there's 20% of it that's, totally off the wall. Like I'm pretty much off the wall, and, some weird things, but I do hope people pick it up. It'll be a good read. And, like I said, it'll probably be the first book that I've ever read from cover to cover.
Wow. Wow. That's saying something. Oh, wait, it's got your name in it. Okay, never mind.
And there are a couple of funny stories in there about the radio business too. I mean, yes, health is part of it, but it's certainly not a scientific book. It's not the kind of snooze fest that someone's going to read and be like, "Oh, I don't want to hear about more hospital stories." It's really much more than that. It's really it's funny, it's emotional. There are stories about how radio used to be versus how radio is now. So there are a whole bunch. I mean, it really encompasses a lot of different things that several audiences would respond to.
Right.
And of course, the firing of BJ and Bill is in there too. So that made it in the book. That's
That's one
another
of those.
part. That's another part of the more parts than a chicken nugget. Let me tell you right now.
Ah. everything everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a
Hmm.
reason, and then it doesn't. It's not what happens. It's how you respond to it. So that's always the case. And see, I think that's BJ's story, right? I mean, that's at its core. That's pretty much the story of his. The whole book is you. This happened. Okay, great. But now here's how we're responding to that, rather than just, oh, it's the end of the world. Things are gonna, we're all gonna go or whatever. I mean, you could have gone that way, and I'm sure a lot of people do. And perhaps with this book, it'll give them an option to say, oh, wait, I could think about this differently.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now,
And we have
since
some funny stories about wrestling in the 80s too.
oh yeah, there's some wrestling stories in there.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Gator B. Long, my buddy Gator B. Long, is talking
Gonna
about
have to
one night
live through
he
those again.
had to
Great.
save my
Mhm.
life in more ways than one.
There you go. I love that. I love that. So
Hey, I did mention to Bill that after you leave our podcast, and of course, we talk about that a lot here on our podcast. I don't know why we're two old guys, but we talk about AI.
Mm.
And you're out going to what did you say, the Chamber of Commerce conference or something like that? Where are you
Yes.
headed? Where are you headed when you get done with us?
It's actually a virtual conference, but it's the Chamber Talks, and there are 25 sessions from chamber pros across the country about things that chambers have to do to become more innovative. But my piece and several of 10 out of the 25, I think is the count, are is all about using AI in different aspects of chamber leadership, chamber management, administrative parts. So, yes, as much as it pains me to talk about AI as a writer and the things that AI is going to replace me doing, it's really become an essential part of how businesses are operating. And to ignore it would be like ignoring the telephone, or, well, I guess most of us do that these days, but ignoring maybe using the internet, putting your foot down and saying, I'm not using the internet because,
right, right. It's as Henry Ford once said, if I would have surveyed people about what they wanted, they would have wanted faster horses.
yes.
We got this car thing now. It's a little different. You might want to try. Is that, I mean, I know you're not an AI expert, but none of us are, I don't think. But is this something, are you talking to businesses, or are you talking, like you said, the business of a chamber of commerce kind of a thing?
I'm specifically talking to chambers of commerce in
Oh,
this
okay.
situation, but since they represent businesses and work with businesses, it's something they kind of have to get out in front of
Yes.
because if they don't and their businesses get out there in front of it before them, then they're going to sort of look like dinosaurs. So this is all something that they have to get on board with because there are some businesses out there, one of the shopping e-commerce that has said you must use AI in your role. They're actually saying to, much the way when I first started working, people said you have to know Microsoft Office Suite. Now it's all about you need to know AI or you're not being the most efficient employee that we can have.
I believe it. I do.
Now, I don't know if it's because Bill and I is, kind of from the radio technology business anyway. We have both pretty well embraced it, but I know you're younger than we are, but we have, at least I have, run into people around my age, which is dinosaurs. Speaking of dinosaurs, and they're like, it's like, no, 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 I want nothing to do with this. No, no, no. And it's something that people really need to accept, especially if they're going to continue in the world of business.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, all of us who are old enough to watch Terminator know the dangers of Skynet. We're very familiar with this. And even though I completely support AI and I think people need to get on board if they're going to be in a corporate, well, not even corporate setting. I mean, they're even using AI in healthcare these days. So, investments, people are using AI for investments. So, I mean, it's sort of an industrial revolution
Hmm.
on the internet side of things, on the artificial intelligence side of it. It's going to be game changing. People are going to be referring to it as before AI and after AI. Hopefully not in a scary, machines take over the world kind of way. But
I
I
tell
mean, I
BJ
do think that they're going to
whenever I
have to
use
embrace it because it will
right.
happen without them.
Right.
And it will happen without them even realizing that it's happening to them. It's kind of
Exactly.
like CGI, like those computer generated images.
Right.
Sometimes people watch movies and don't even realize that it's CGI. It's going to be the same way. You're going to be talking to people through customer service and not even know that they're not people.
I always tell BJ whenever I use Chat GPT for something, I always at the end go, "Thanks a lot, appreciate your help." So it comes. So I'd say so when they take over the world, they'll remember. Oh, Bill was nice to us. We don't. Yeah, we don't send him to the prison planet. So
I
there you go.
I think the only part of AI that scares me, and Bill and I have talked about it on this podcast, is when it goes into the political field
Mm,
Mhm.
and you're seeing like Joe Biden or Donald Trump saying things that they did not even come close to saying, because it's going to happen. And so the next election, I don't know if it'll all be in swing by then, but for the
close.
future, and even, I mean, this is something that could start a world war.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
I
yeah.
I mean,
Have a leader saying something that they did not say at all.
and the voice cadence is really, really um,
Perfect.
on par these days.
Yeah.
Like, as a writer, I've dabbled with 11 Labs to do audiobooks
Right.
because that's a big time. I won't say time suck necessarily because it's necessary, but if you can free up those 20 some hours out of recording your own voice and just do 30 minutes and have it sound like you and use the same cadence and tones and structures, I mean, you can highly program that to use the highs and lows that your voice does. It'd
Right.
be very easy to place calls to home and some parents thinking they're talking to their kids and they're not. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
for
Totally.
extortion reasons, like
Oh
those
yeah. A lot of that
kidnapping,
going on.
help mom, I'm at a gas station, I'm broken down, send me $1,500.
Right.
It's easy, it's going to become easier and easier to fool people because these voices are becoming so um, spot on. I mean, they're really
So, as a writer, just to get back to that, I mean, I don't want to spend all day on AI, which we could. But I mean, are you worried about that at all for your job, or I guess a better question would be, how are you incorporating that into what you do, and then but also keep the human touch to it?
hmm I absolutely am worried about it for my job, but you have to recognize the writing on the wall. And if you want to continue to work, there are ways. So what I do is all of my creative part of my writing, absolutely 100% me. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to rely on AI for that because that's what I like to do.
Hmm.
And that's where I find that's my passion. So I think there's always going to be people out there that appreciate, just like in the art world, that appreciate a painting versus a print. I think there are going to be people who appreciate a book written by a human, even if there may be some flaws in it, as opposed to written by a robot or whatever you want to refer to them as, AI. But I will tell you right now, for my marketing, I use AI because that's the part of writing that I don't really enjoy.
Hmm.
So I'm going to use those administrative tasks. My emails are still pretty much me, but I know a lot of people who are using it to write emails, to respond to emails. Just those things that you can automate
Right.
and do for you. That's how a lot of writers are using AI. And I know there are a lot of writers using AI to creatively write too, but I enjoy that too much to give that over to it.
Well, I'm guessing there may come a time when someone like Amazon, I mean that's their business, when
Mhm.
Amazon either decides to or because of backlash says we're going to label your book if we, human written or not,
Mhm.
or computer enhanced as they say.
Mhm. You
That'd
already have to
probably be a
check
good
that
thing.
box.
Oh, you do?
You do.
Of
Now, they're
course,
not
there's
doing
nothing
anything
to
with that right this moment that I'm aware
right,
of, but
right.
I think that's coming, yes.
Is there a threshold for it? Is there a level at which you can say, no, I wrote this all myself? Or,
It just says, have you used AI in any of the images or copy? Not copy, they don't use that word, but in any of the
text?
words,
Yeah,
basically. Have you used
whatever.
AI? And you just say yes or no.
So I'm guessing 100% of people probably have to say yes with that. I mean, I shouldn't say 100, I shouldn't go out on a limb like that, but it would seem like, especially like you said, images. I mean, BJ comes up with these cool little BJ and Bill images for the podcast every week and that sort of thing. So I'd like it a little more granular than that. I'd like to know if you actually wrote this or, because if it's like, yes, I created one image, but I had the whole book written too. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's kind of,
Hmm. Well, and
Well,
and technically, if you used a spell check program that suggested a sentence for you, not just changing your spelling, but actually said, "Oh, this is kind of wordy. Try this." Well, you've just used AI on your book.
yeah, yeah, it's a slippery slope,
Hmm.
as they say.
well, I will tell everyone that picks up, more parts than a chicken nugget. And when you do that on Amazon, I'd appreciate that starting. Now, I will ask you this too. Here I just got a new question. It says it will be available at 12 a.m. on the 9th. Does that mean it'll be available Thursday or does that mean it'll be available Friday? It is very confusing. It says 12 a.m.
Are you
on.
expecting a rush of people to come?
Well, no, but I don't want people to be going early and going, well, all you have is the ebook and I want the book.
Oh,
And now the ebook is available, for purchase now on Amazon,
right,
but
right
it'll
now.
either be it'll either be Thursday or Friday. Somebody's got to be the first to buy one. And I know Bill Stevens is always running behind, so it's not going to be Bill.
No.
And my mother's no longer with us, so I know that's not going to be.
Uh-huh, to buy the book.
And
That's okay.
Christina, she like wrote it and she's going, I'm done with this. No, I'm just kidding.
No
No.
shit. I don't know.
No, I think it will be available Thursday, like the minute it turns the 9th.
Oh, okay. 12:01
Is
a 12:01 a.m.
yes.
Okay. So
You're right
Thursday.
Or
though. I never know how to do that on the computer even. It's like don't tell me it's at 12. I don't know if that's noon or midnight.
Yeah. Well, it did say AM,
Okay.
Mhm.
but like I said, it's confusing.
So,
That's
so,
one thing that they could fix. Like
so,
1201
BJ,
would
you're
be a
telling
whole
us
lot
you're telling
better.
us that there's like herds of people waiting to buy this book of yours, is what you're telling us.
No.
Get out there on Facebook. Get out there. Start posting it. Come
I
on,
well, I
man.
don't want to post it early because I don't want them to go there and go, look, because let's just say, and we've both been in, the world of promotion and everything else. The last thing you want is someone to zip out there to get something and it's not available and then they forget about it.
Of course.
So why
Of course.
why send the ones of people that I know will be running there and they go, well, it's not even here. What's he talking about?
All right, never mind. You got Christine here. Come on,
Yeah, let's use her time
let's use her
valuably.
brain for a little more than that. So yeah, that's good. No, it's awesome.
But I do want to thank her because I think she did an excellent job.
Thank you.
And I would have never gotten this because Bill was one of those people, even. He says, you need to write a book, BJ. You need it. How many times have you told me that, Bill Stevens, in the last
10
25,
years
30
in the
years we've
last
known
10
you?
years, how many times have I told you that? I don't know. How many stars in the sky? I don't know. A lot.
So this book would have never happened if it wasn't for Christina Metcalf. And I appreciate it so much. I really do. And
Thank you.
this project would have never happened or got off the ground if it wasn't for you saying, hey, and we met by her doing the Gift of Life podcast. Because I'll say, congratulations. She donated part of her liver to her half sister. So
Mhm.
congratulations on that. And that's
Wow.
where we met. And that's where I found out she was a writer. And I said, oh, people tell me I need to write a book all the time. And we got talking and we got chatting. And she goes, well, I think I could help you with that. And so,
Mhm.
again, it's very appreciated. And I didn't want you to be a ghost without your name on the book and without giving you lots of props because, again,
Thank you.
you were the brains of the book, more parts than a chicken nugget. And now, as we think Thursday, so if you download this episode on Wednesday, it won't be there, but go the next day and you should be able to purchase more parts than a chicken nugget on Amazon, written by BJ Odom and Christina Metcalf.
Awesome. Awesome. What's your next project, Christina? Who do you have lined up now?
I'm working on a book that's sort of a follow-up to my other book, The Glinda Principle.
Oh, your own. Cool.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
before we let you go, yeah. Do promote that one more time.
Oh, thanks. So my most recent book is The Glinda Principle. It's my first nonfiction book for me versus other ghostwriting projects, but it's basically helping women find their passion or something to get excited about in the second stage of their life because so many of our lives are wrapped around other people, other projects, other jobs, other whatevers that we get to be a certain age and we're looking around going, what do we do now? So that's what the Glinda Principle is about, kind of
Glinda,
helping
like
people
like the
figure
Good
it out.
Witch, Glinda the Good Witch.
Yes, because if you remember from The Wizard of Oz, she told Dorothy at the very end that she had it in her all along, right? And we all
Oh,
wondered, like, why did it take you an hour and a half to tell this poor girl all
There's
of
your
this information? You
there's
could have
your
told her the first second you met her.
and my marketing brain just went, there's your hook.
Mm-hmm.
now I
There, the
will.
Glinda Project, you had it in you all along.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Now
need somebody with a magic wand, of course.
I
Just
have
say.
I have a crown. Does that count? I have a little like Glinda
Awesome.
crown,
That
but
would be
I
that.
don't
Hey,
have the magic wand.
just you can, hey, it would take about, oh, I don't know, 12 seconds for you to take a selfie, pump it into your favorite AI
AI.
generator and say, make me into Glinda the Good Witch,
That's right.
complete with magic wand. And it would be perfect, I'm sure. Wow. Okay, cool. We look forward to that.
And I will tell you this, that if you read More Parts Than a Chicken Nugget, there
Yes.
is a little Emerald City in there. I don't know if you remember writing that in there, Christina, do you?
Emerald City.
Mm.
Now you're going to have to explain that. And she doesn't remember, so it's okay.
I'm a very strange writer. I kind of put the words out on the page and then they leave my mind for a little bit. So, mhm.
Well, it was when, me living in a small town and the doctor
Mm.
sending me to Chicago,
Yes.
and you said, like, the big city, and
Hmm.
it's like going to the Emerald City. And then
Hmm.
Delaware Road.
yeah, I saw that in the book and I go, oh, there's a callback to her last book, which we always talk about callbacks here on this
Yes.
show. So that's a great callback, and I'm glad it's in here.
I don't know that Chicago is ever described as the Emerald City, but hey, go with it. It's okay.
Seattle's really angry right now.
Yeah, but
They're all listening, going, no, that's
Oh,
us.
that's right. That's Seattle. Yeah. Emerald City. Yeah. It's funny. That's awesome. Great stuff.
well,
Well,
Christina, again, thanks a lot. We do. I appreciate it, and
Oh,
and and,
thank
and
you.
Bill appreciates it too, because he actually, there's a chapter that's pretty well, should have been called, "Oh, My Girl Bill." Maybe that's what it should have been called, because every chapter title is a song. By the way.
that's right. You said that. I look forward to reading those. Yeah. That's awesome. So, okay. So, last thing, Christine. Who
Mhm.
plays him in the movie? Put her on the spot. I already thought for me, I thought Jack Black,
Oh,
right? Kind of
yes.
big, funny, outgoing, kind of, yeah, kind of Kung Fu Panda kind of guy, Jack Black.
That would be
So,
good.
BJ Odom in the movie?
Hmm.
Yeah. I think I don't
I
want to
know.
start. I don't want to put you on
I
the spot like that last second, but
Herman Munster.
no.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, young man. No. And it wouldn't have to be somebody as old either, because we could make them up to be older. But
Well,
I
but
don't
but really, when it starts out, they have to be a 22-month-old actor.
know. You might have heard of this thing called CGI.
That's
BJ?
right. We can
You
take
might-
care of that.
we can make you as young or as old as we need to be. Well, you think about that, Christine. I don't want to put you on the
I
spot
will.
there.
I'll get back to you on that
You
one.
get back to us on who plays BJ in the movie. So that's
Well,
okay.
enjoy the chamber today.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll be at that conference virtually all week.
Oh
So,
boy. Oh boy.
and I
At least
speak
you
on
get to do it from
Wednesday.
at least you get to do it from the comfort of home.
I do.
So,
Yes. Yes. Well,
good for
thank
you.
you for having me on.
You're very
And
welcome. Appreciate you being with us.
just to reiterate, go out, buy the book. It's a great story,
Look at
and
that.
I'm totally biased.
Leaving with a plug. We love that. Thank you.
Have an
Uh,
awesome day, young lady.
Thanks. You too. Take care.
thank you.
Thanks
And
for
we
having
will
me.
be thanks again, Christina. We will be right back. Okay, we're back. That was awesome. Talking to Christina there. Christina Metcalf, the ghost writer for More Parts Than a Chicken Nugget. Coming soon. In fact, on the day this is released, well, we don't want to confuse people, right? So we'll
Yeah,
say like,
this probably this comes out on Wednesday, the 7th
right,
or the 8th,
on
and
the
so
8th.
the 9th. We think it's going to be out. If not the 9th, it'll be out Friday for sure.
Watch stay tuned to your Facebook channel for much more information about when the book actually drops. And of course,
Oh man,
we'll be
my
plugging the hell out of it from here on out.
because my son has had me do videos, and he sent them to his video people. He's done graphics.
Right?
We've got a website, morepartsthanachickenNugget.com.
Yes, we
Make
do.
sure you go check that out. I sent you some stuff over the weekend. Hopefully you can get that up. I even
Yep, that'll be
put a
worked on
media
today.
page together so I can hopefully do a little bit of media on this.
Yep.
And I will appreciate, let's just say that anybody who goes out and buys the book, I will appreciate it. I think.
That's, of course you will.
And of course they always say, you get higher. It's like anything else. The more buys you get, the more clicks you get, the higher up
Sure.
the Amazon book chart. So
Of course.
I don't think I'll ever make number one, but hey, if I at least, make a decent splash, I'll be happy.
I forgot. I was going to ask Christine that, and I forgot. What category is the book in?
Medical and memoirs. I think
in fact, wait a minute. I'll bet you I could probably sneak over to Amazon to More Parts Than a Chicken Nugget right now. If I go More Parts Than a Chicken Nugget and look at that gorgeous website, and then I click on the pre-order button, does it tell me what category? Kindle edition, pub accessibility, blah, 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 screen reader enhanced. It doesn't show it yet, but that's probably because it's not fully published yet. I don't know that. See all details. Wait a minute.
Probably the author's page would say that, but you can't. It's like
yeah, no,
the
can't really
analytics.
tell. Can't really tell. But typically, oh, wait a minute. There it is. Books/biographies and memoirs /community and culture/disability. Huh. Look at that. All right. So interesting. Okay. So yeah, there's special needs biography. Wow. Okay. Oh man, we've just opened up a whole other can of worms that we're going to be able to kind of track your stats. You thought the Nielsen ratings were tough back in the day when we were doing radio about ratings. Wait till you see Amazon stuff. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm taking a ride that I've never taken before. So it will be an interesting ride.
So
like I said,
can we expect all these videos and stuff that your son's got you doing? Where will we see those on your social media and stuff?
Yeah, you'll see him on my social media. He's even going to, he's going to do some stuff on the podcast playground. I shouldn't okay.
Don't make me don't do anything don't spill any beans you're not supposed to spill.
Okay. I think I'll just leave it there. Yeah, you'll see it. And hopefully we're going to run some ads. So even if you don't know who in the hell BJ Odom is, you're going to say, what the hell? What's this book all about?
Okay. So in other words,
hopefully we'll make a little splash. There'll be a rip. Hopefully there'll be some ripples, it just won't be the flat, like, gosh, there's not a wave. There's not a nothing, man. I don't even think there's any fish in this pond.
Threw that big rock into the pond and nothing happened. No ripples, no nothing. Now it'll be fine. It'll be great. And, now honestly, it's your job because Christina did the hard work of the writing. And now she's given you this amazing, cool book that you want to share. And now your job is the sharing part, the getting in front of people part.
And I've also got, of course, the whole family. But my son has really taken a key, I don't know what you call it, because he, of course, he has designers for a lot of the stuff he does with his business. So it's his designer that put the book cover and the back of the book together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All this
is all his designer.
I mean, I gave him because on the cover there's a picture of me, back in Indiana. Yeah. I was actually the American Heart Association's poster child one year, and that is the picture they used back in Indiana. Who knows what year this was? I was probably like 3 or 4,
Yep.
and I was the poster child for the American Heart Association. And then
Wow.
this is just one taken. That's me with my Bucks outfit on, and then there's like family picture,
Yeah.
magic pic, comedy picture, a couple
Yep.
studio pictures. Me with my reserve grand champion Barrow at the Pulaski County Fair was on the back cover, and I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna do today is today Bill's job is I think we're gonna do a picture page, a media page there for BJ Odom
Yeah,
and on the book. And because right now, if you go to morepartsonthechickennugget.com, you land on the page that takes you to Amazon to buy it. Don't do it now. Later in the week.
yeah,
Make sure you can buy the book.
yeah. Well, you can buy the because some people are
You
into
can buy the
that.
Kindle. You can
You
buy the
can buy
digital version if you
yeah, you
choose.
can buy the ebook right now. But yeah, what I'm excited about is I think that it was just so cool. And it wasn't even my idea at first, and not all of them were, but some of them I noticed were song titles, but some of the, chapters weren't. And I go, Christina, we need to make all of the chapters
A song title.
song titles. So I
Right.
started, doing some research on, what would be some good song titles. And
Cool.
see, now you're not a country person, which, I've played country music for a long time. Very first chapter, A Country Boy Can Survive by Hank Jr.
I mean, that's perfect. I
And
mean,
then, of
not,
course,
yeah.
Don't Stop Believing.
Journey, love it.
And then, because I talk about my brother and, his going to Vietnam, the title of that chapter is War. And
I might have almost thought my great song, and I love that song. I might have gone with Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms.
oh,
Yeah.
maybe I should consulted Bill on this.
I that's just off the top of my head. But
Now,
War is awesome too.
now,
Great
if
song.
you did not come from my small little town,
And God
from
knows I
Madairyville,
didn't.
Indiana, chapter 3, we didn't start the fire. I was in the 2nd grade.
Right?
I don't want to give up too much of the book, but I just want to, I want to say because it isn't all about medical.
Right.
It's about different challenges in my life.
Of course.
I'm in 2nd grade. I think the year had just started. We weren't even that far into the year.
Right.
And when I went to school, I went to a country school. I mean, 1st and 2nd grade, one room.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 4th grade, one room. 5th and 6th grade, one room.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3 rooms now. And then we had like a little cafeteria kitchen, but it wasn't really a cafeteria because you would go pick up your food tray and you would come back to your room and sit at your desk and eat your lunch.
Got it.
So basically maybe 4-room school. Some idiot, some older kid that was, I think, even graduated at the time. I don't know what they were doing, but they burnt the school down. And so that's when we had to go to the big city, which was Madairyville, which the big city really only had maybe 200 people in the
Right.
big city. So that
Wow.
was,
So that's we didn't start the fire.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Elton John burned down the mission. Nah, that's a more religious, but okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got it.
You want a couple more? But I don't know if I can remember what all the chapters are about. Now, I
Well,
will
no,
say
just
this,
give us a couple of titles and we'll see how it goes.
Bebop-A-Lula.
Really?
That was about my introduction into radio, my very first radio job. Bebop-A-Lula is about my
Wow.
very, very first radio job.
Wow.
And we got to be at where is that? Chapter 6 before I get my first radio job.
Wow. Okay.
I think
What's
and I don't know.
what's the wrestling one?
I don't even see. I don't know.
You don't know what's
Offhand,
in the chapters.
I don't know which chapter is what. I
Okay.
don't know.
No worries. No
But
worries.
what was really funny, I've been waiting because when I first got into radio, I got in radio because the gentleman who owned the radio station, the local radio station,
Yep.
his daughter got me, my first radio job, basically. You have to read the whole thing though, because it wasn't
course.
all about radio. It was about
Of course.
other things. And so first of all, she said, I've been waiting for a girl like you. That was the chapter that I've been waiting for a girl like you that got me into radio.
Foreigner.
And then I had to immediately tell her, you can't, no, that can't be the title of that chapter, because that was my wedding song.
Oh,
So
first or second?
For a second.
Second.
So basically that comes later in the book now. That chapter got moved to later in the book.
That's cool. All right, cool.
Okay, people. After Thursday, Friday, go buy it. More parts than a chicken nugget. Available on Amazon, written by B.J. Odom. Yeah, right. And Christina Metcalf. That, even though my name is bigger than Christina's, she's more important. Okay, let's move on.
With no Christina, no book.
Yeah,
that's all we're saying.
Yeah.
Is she important? No Christina, no book. So yeah, it's pretty important. Yeah.
Well, cool. I wanted to get this in. I read this, because we are originally the BJ and Bill Show from Fort Myers, Southwest Florida.
Yes.
I had to get this story in before we get out of here.
Okay.
So a woman in Punta Gorda took an electric mobile scooter, the ones you go around in Publix and do your shopping.
Yeah.
So she drives off in the scooter.
Uh-huh.
Manager calls the police. They say, what direction did she leave in? She went that way on Tamiami Trail.
US
Go. 41, go. So the police go to run her down.
Run her down. All you had to do was walk.
By the time they got there were already police officers on the scene because she had called in a medical emergency. And so they had a lot of police officers there, and I guess they took her to the hospital.
And then arrested her.
Well, yeah, for theft. But you know why she took the scooter or the little mobile? She had a doctor's appointment she had to get to, and she was going to bring it back to the store once she got done with her, her little medical appointment.
I am constantly amazed by the thought process of people. In what universe was that a good idea?
And I'm thinking too, with today's technology, can't you put because they can do it with the carts. If you ever, like a lot of places, you get the cart and you get further away from the store, the wheels lock up.
I've not seen that. Maybe that's in the big city where you are, but I haven't, but I believe it. I mean, I totally can see how you would do that. Absolutely. You can put or you can just put a little tracking thing on it. Like like Apple has those little find my discs, you put them on your keys and your wallet and stuff like that, so you can find your stuff wherever you happen to leave it. So yeah, that'd be easy to do. Easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wouldn't be hard to. Besides, how far are you going to get in a Publix electric shopping cart?
Well, they go
even at full speed, they probably are like a fast walk.
Yeah, well, not even that, because my mobility scooter, the first one I had, would go up to 25 miles an hour. That thing would move.
What? Really?
Oh yeah, but it was like a 3-wheeler, and it was kind of like a bike.
Yeah, it was made for that. I mean, if you're talking about the Publix ones with the big shopping basket on the front and all of that, they don't go that fast. Well, they don't have to.
The one I have now, it only goes 6 miles an hour.
That's all I trust you with. I mean, come on. I don't want you zapping around at 25 miles an hour in a scooter. You could hurt yourself or somebody else.
I would go down the straightaway a couple times, and I tried to goose it as fast as I get it to go. But man, that little thing, I go, whoa, and I had to slow it down. But I
scared himself.
Yeah, basically, that's what I did.
All right, young man. Well, what a great episode today. I loved talking to your friend Christina. She's kind of become an acquaintance of mine as well. So she's in Texas now. I don't know. Maybe did she tell you why she moved to Texas?
I don't know if it was, it's her and her husband, and,
right?
They lived over by Tampa.
Yeah, I was going to say they lived right in. I was thinking next time I drive down there, I'd have coffee with them or something.
Yeah, they moved to Texas, and I don't know if that was something because of the husband's job, or maybe she said, "I just want to move to Texas."
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know the reasoning why, and maybe one of her sons, because I think she has twins. I'm not for sure. I know she has 2 boys.
Cool.
And they became empty nesters, and that was part of their empty nester thing. I don't know. You'll
If
have
I
to
were
ask her
ever,
someday.
if I were ever to be, if you told me I could no longer live in Florida, Texas would be the top of my list of places to relocate to. It's just,
Yeah.
I like it. It's, you know, it's got a lot of the Florida vibe in terms of, you know, you do your own thing and just don't hurt anybody.
Yeah. I think, well, believe it or not, when I was like toying around with the, whether to move to Florida, because I
Right.
wanted to go south, I wanted to go somewhere it was warmer because I was done with the snow.
Yep.
And I was looking at Texas. Actually, I was looking at Corpus Christi and
Ooh.
McAllen, Texas.
That's way down there.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be hot. I didn't want to be cold.
That's okay.
You go to northern Texas, you still get cold.
Oh yeah, northern Texas you do. Absolutely. Well, Texas is so big, it's like it's its own planet. But yes, I get it. So, well, cool. Good to know. All right. See, there's more of the BJ Odom story we did not know. Unreal, folks. We just keep dumping these nuggets on you like crazy here.
That's not in the book, but Christina did say that. She goes, well, now that you got your first one out, you need to start working on your second one. I'm going, I don't think so.
Second one? About what?
I have stories, Bill.
Oh, of course you do. Well, yeah,
I just told you a story that you never heard
many
before.
of them. I won't say I've heard most. I've heard many of them. So
now, see that's what I want to hear from you after the book comes out and you get a copy. And because I know you're a book reader, I am not. But I want you to read the book and then say, I never knew that.
Probably I'm sure there will be a good portion of the book will probably be that. I mean, because I've heard a lot of your stories, but not especially the super young age stuff. Not a lot of that. So, but that's okay. Cool.
And I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Don't. Yeah.
But I'm going to.
But I know how it ends. He lives.
Yeah, he lives. The guy, the boy, the little boy on the cover.
The boy who lived.
Harry Potter. He lived to be over 70. Well, not over yet because I'm just at 70. But the little shit lived to be 70 years old.
Go figure. All right. What did you have something? I'm sorry. Did you have a last minute thing?
No, that was just it.
Oh, okay, cool.
The little guy right there.
That was the spoiler. We just spoiled the whole book.
Yeah,
we just spoiled the whole book for everybody.
We gave away the whole story.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Why buy it now?
Yeah, go buy it. All right. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you. Even more of this crazy hype next week for the BJ and Bill podcast. We'll see you then. But up till then, it's just up to BJ to say.
See ya.
Take a ride back in time when the airways were golden and the DJs shine. 2 mics, 2 guys, and a whole lot of laughs. Living like legends, bringing stories back. No script, no rules, just telling it all from feet.